Hi sweet peas, it's Charvel, welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking on another Thursday video. Happy 2020 everybody, new year, new decade. Same you though, keep being awesome, don't try and reinvent yourself, you do not need that pressure. But I hope your year has gone off to a good start. For me it has been a weird one actually. And one of the themes that seems to have cropped up a lot is honesty and transparency and how much we disclose. And so I thought I'd challenge that with a little bit of a Q&A today. I went on Instagram and asked you lovely peas to ask me questions that you think I avoid. And as always, I have to say, I have the nicest viewership. You're all so kind to me and you don't want to cause any controversy, and I just think that's absolutely adorable. It does sometimes make content like this a little difficult, but there are still quite a few questions here. So let's just crack on with it. Let's answer some of these questions that you think I've been avoiding. I have run these by Jamie as well, and after that discussion there's a few that I'm not going to answer. And that may seem like it contradicts the point of this video, but it doesn't, because all of those questions are around the intimacies of how we have sex. And that's not something that we need to put out there because, come on guys, it's really not rocket science. And as a general rule, if it answers things that are just nosiness and not educational on trans topics, and it's to do with our intimacy as a couple, there's got to be some things that we need to keep private. I hope you understand. And if you don't, tough titties. Right, let's crack on then. Okay. Have you ever thought about the effects that your actions bring into the world, what you say, buy and do? Yes. And this is something that I've been doing much more recently. For the second half of 2019, I've been uber aware of fast fashion, swapping to veggie things, and not wasting as much. That sort of thing. Being brutally honest as well, being a creator, whilst I don't think I'm of any size to be an influencer, I do realise that having any kind of platform means that you are accountable for things that you say and do, but I think that's something that I've been hyper aware of for quite a while, and I would never put something out that I didn't truly believe in. Would you say that you and Jamie are privileged in that you have been able to buy a house, a car, etc.? 100%. I think about our privileged position and how blessed we are all the time. On a weekly basis, Jamie and I have discussions about this all the time. We realise that we're not just lucky to not be in a situation where we're in a developed country, we're also uber lucky because we do earn more. We have seen a bit more success. And I hope that that's not something that you feel that we've hidden, because whilst it's not something that I ever want to flaunt, it's not something that I want people to misunderstand. Having said that, I do think there's also a giant misconception that YouTubers, particularly YouTube couples, are rolling in it. We are in no way millionaires. We don't have so much money that we're taking private jets and all of this stuff, but we're comfortable. And that really is one of my biggest fears. I look at some YouTubers who I'm not gonna name, who I see are just so out of touch with the real world because they're always in their bubble. They think that's how the world works, and they just say things sometimes and I'm like, wow, you really have no idea. I never want to become that person. So if you see me doing something super privileged and I've not addressed it and it looks bad, call me out on it, please. Do you get jealous in your relationship regarding other females? If so, how do you cope? I don't get jealous. That's a lie, that's a lie. I get jealous because of my own insecurity. I don't like the way I look. I know that there are so many other people that would be better suited to Jamie physically and that I'm severely punching. He would say the complete opposite, but that's just because he's very kind. This is also something we talk about quite a lot. I find lots of other people attractive, he finds lots of other people attractive. Some people would be like, oh my gosh, that's a sign of a terrible relationship. I think it's pretty cool. I love the honesty. Of course you're not gonna find just one person attractive the entire time, just as long as you don't act on it or feel any other kind of feelings other than just, oh wow, you're a bit hot. It's healthy to share, you know? We can both window shop, just don't make a purchase. But yes, sometimes I can get a little bit jealous. Also, Jamie's so oblivious to flirting. There are some times, hasn't happened often to be fair, where someone's clearly been like checking him out and trying to make a pass and he's just not noticed, and that's probably the time that I get the most jealous. But I'll always tell him, I'll just be like, sex question. Do you feel pressured to share more intimate details than you're comfortable with? Did you realise you're bi before or after meeting Jamie? I will answer this question, but you have to wait until the end. It was after, but it wasn't because of Jamie. And that's always the thing that I know people are gonna think, but what you also have to remember is I met Jamie at the prime of my sexual exploration age. We were 16 when we met. We were just getting into the world of hormones, and yes, we got together quite young at the age of 17, and me being bi has nothing to do with his identity. Jamie is 100% male, I see him as 100% male, and to be honest, I'm surprised I didn't notice that I was bi beforehand because the signs were there. I just didn't piece it together until I actually met another creator, Melanie Murphy. Started binge watching her videos just to see, and she did a video. I was like, huh, well, mind blown, epiphany, I think that's me. So yeah, nothing to do with Jamie, but yes, after. Ooh, why do you seem so uncomfortable talking about Jamie's transition? I hope that's not a vibe that I put across. I'm not at all uncomfortable talking about Jamie's transition. The only thing that I'm uncomfortable doing is representing trans people or talking about Jamie, because that's not my place. Though that is a whole minefield on its own. How much can allies represent and talk, and is it beneficial, and we'll cover that another day. But yeah, I'm not uncomfortable talking about Jamie's transition. Occasionally I will get a little sense of discomfort looking at photos of Jamie pre-everything, because it just, like, it seems like a lifetime ago and it doesn't correlate in my head that it's the same person. So that can sometimes just feel weird, and that weirdness is not something that I'm willing to unpack, hence the discomfort. But apart from that, I feel like I'm very open to talking about Jamie's transition. If there's something you want to know that I've not shared with you, please ask away. Unless it's to do with sex, then don't ask away. Ooh. Interestingly, there's a few here about the relationship between me and my mum. That is a huge one. What's her stance on sexuality? Are you friends? How is it mended? Me and my mum have had a really funny relationship. I feel like we were sort of typical Asian mum-daughter when I was younger. Then I sort of became the black sheep as I grew up. Way before I met Jamie, I was just doing things that she didn't approve of, and that caused a bit of tension, along with some other non-relationships, shall I say, with some other people. Then our relationship went absolutely terrible. She essentially disowned me. We didn't speak, apart from very sporadically, for a number of years. And now she's on a whole 180 flip on her mindset. I look at my sisters and I'm like, wow, the way that they're treated so differently to how I was treated. I think because mum's just sort of seen that you can't maybe control people as much as Asian culture not living in the UK would suggest that you could deal with kids, if that makes sense. That's a long-winded way of saying that at the end of 2019 I was in the best place with my mum than I have ever been. I view her so much as a friend as well as a mum, and as someone who's caring and there for me, and she's just downright amazing. Perhaps I should do a video with her. I feel like that could be quite interesting. Oh, what's her stance on sexuality? I came out to my mum and she kind of didn't believe me. Well, she was like, does this mean you're going to be with someone other than Jamie now and that it's going to be a girl? And I was like, no. And she was like, oh, okay, then I don't need to think about it. So take from that what you will. She didn't seem really mad, but I don't think she got it, and I don't think she has like the headspace to want to get it. She's just like, you do you, weird child, you do you. What is your sexuality? I am bi, not pan, bi. How are you feeling? But like, for real. Right now, not gonna lie, I'm feeling a bit deflated. I love doing videos though, because they always put me in like a happier mood. I'm feeling determined, I'm feeling productive, but I'm feeling exhausted. It is 8 days into the year and I already feel like my rejuvenation charging time from Christmas has gone. My hands are in so many pies, I'm getting on with so much stuff, and my head just never switches off. Have you ever seen like, what's that movie? Have you ever seen Big Hero? And you know when he deflates, he goes that's me. I also feel like I've lost a little bit of faith in humanity, but then I also think about how amazing I've got things and I feel a bit happier again, so it kind of equals out. Thank you for asking. What is your opinion on anti-vaxxers and are you one? I am not an anti-vaxxer. I think it's the stupidest thing in the world to not want to vaccinate people. I think a lot of this comes from fake news, from clickbaity titles, high school rumours where people would say, oh my god, you know they just injected you with cancer. And I'm not saying that is what they do, I'm just saying that is what people say, and I think it's because of the lack of education and the warranted distrust of the media that certain people are not willing to see proper facts and do the right thing, and it hurts my soul. But I do not like anti-vaxxers. Was it weird dating your best friend at first? Yes. Mostly because we were so close and I didn't want to ruin what we had. And you never know if things are gonna work, so we took a risk, but it paid off. Whoop whoop. Did you ever rethink your relationship with Jamie during the early stages? All the time. In fact, I sat Jamie down and I said, mate, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. I don't think this should happen. And he was like, mate. No, he doesn't use the word mate. I do, he doesn't. Shut up. There are also times where like I was questioning myself, like my own sexuality. I was like, I don't know what this means, I'm not sure if I like it. There are times when we just didn't get on very well. Like I'm a hugely positive person, particularly in the face of negative things. Like I think I'm annoyingly optimistic and he's not. And quite a few moments like that happened where I was like, oh, I can't deal with this. And also with Jamie's anxiety, it took me a long time to properly understand it and know how to manage it and manage my expectations around that. So yeah, for those reasons, there are many times where we did think through our relationship. But being honest and talking about it has made us stronger. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Somebody please carry that on with me in the comments. Are you in an open relationship? What is your thought on open relationships? I am not in an open relationship. I have no issue with open relationships. Right now, that's not something that I would want to be in, but I have no judgment about other people who are in open relationships. Have you ever regretted anything? Yes, a few things, particularly agreeing to hold a party that I really didn't want to hold to impress a bunch of people that I didn't really like that ended up horribly wrong. And that will be a story time for another day. Other big things though, I don't hugely regret because I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't do them. Cliche answer, but you know what I mean. Okay, last one. Has a fan ever done anything untowards or creepy? In all honesty, yes. I have had a few viewers go a little over the top, and there have been occasions where I've had to speak to police about it. It has not been pleasant, but I don't want to give light to situations like that because it's always a tiny minority that ruin it for everyone else. Let's not end on that one actually. Let's do another. Ooh, have you ever been in love with anyone else? Part of me wants to say yes, but only because I don't think I fully understood what love was until I met Jamie. Oh my god, that sounded so gross. But you know what I mean? Like, I think I thought I was in love, and I think I had a really deep connection with this person, but it wasn't love. I don't think so. God, I hope they never see this. And there you go. There you have it. My questions that I wanted to avoid slash didn't really end up avoiding. I don't know what I'm gonna call this video yet. There you go. If you enjoyed this, I believe Jamie is considering doing one of these himself. We may even do a couple version. So if you have any questions for the both of us, questions that you think we're avoiding, please pop them downstairs. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it's been a great mood setter, slight drama, lots of fun, and just chill time, you know? If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you next Monday with another vlog. But there will be a few changes on this channel, which I'll discuss in that video. So there we go. Ooh, this looks so cool. Be kind and have a great day. Bye.